I always thinking like what is a good like a combination, not fish and like a rice, like a one food. For me, very important for like a balance, taste, texture, and a flavor, and not too much like decoration, like just little bit, everything like a little bit. And main like ingredients is with some help another ingredients. I born north of Japan. It's Hokkaido, Kitami city. It's close to the Okhotsk Ocean. After school, I go to Tokyo, and I was working in a big sushi company. But after 3 years, start to making roll. After work, I bring the rice, old rice, and I bring the newspaper, the cutting, and practice how to make a roll every night. Sashimi skill is a very sharp knife, and when cut fish, no break the cell, very sharp to cut. Juice not comes out like umami. When knife is not sharp, it's a cell broken. Taste and texture completely different. It's important skill for the sushi chef.
Today I'm having the chef's special crunchy tuna roll. It's delicious, and before that we had some miso soups. Pretty much a regular here. I do both dine in and take out because our offices are right next door, so I eat here quite often.
And mostly sushi is very making the hand, and only the knife and the hand I can make it. For sushi is I cannot stop because I maybe hold the life because I like making the food. I always thinking how can I make good sushi for the customer.
As really, when I started, this kind of job, I took back myself to home. When my grandmother, my mother, and then my sister, they used to cook for whole family. I have been watching them, what they cook for, what they put in the like food, or how they serve it. I'm from Nepal. I have been living in the United States since like 2004. We have been here like almost 2 years. We opened on 17 March. Right after that, we are doing very well. My chef, his name is Subhash Rai. He's very fond of cooking, and then he's very creative for presenting. So he's very nice chef.
I grew up in Nepal. We travel a lot in my country, like go to one to another village, and we saw like people cooking all the kind of food, like different district, different village, they have different way to cook. As a inspired cook, you're gonna see, you're gonna learn, like all the possible things. Since I was a child, my mom took us to go to the shop and like feed the momos like those. So it was on our tongue. All the Nepalese people, they knows how the momo is. I'm pretty sure all of the Nepalese ate all the momos. So with soup or with sauce, like all the stuff. That's how it make us like. Yeah, that's our street food. Like you can find everywhere in our countries.
I frequent this place a lot. Dumplings they make, the yak momos, are to die for. They are my favorite. I keep coming here because I like it.
Mostly the food, very unique. As I know, our restaurant only the one who serve the mostly typical Nepalese food. Most of the restaurant there is like Indian restaurant or Indo-Nepalese, but our food is unique because we serve the food with love and care. But come and dine with us, you will find the difference between the Nepalese and Indian food. The way we serve, the way we present the food is, I believe, the totally different than others. That definitely helps to keep coming to us.
Customer happiness is like first priority of the chef to make a good food, to create a new plate and bring to the table, the wow is our prize.
I was born and raised in the Philippines, and my family migrated to the United States in 2004 in Los Angeles, California. I started my career in the industry after I graduated high school, so beginning of 2010. And I was a dishwasher first. It was a summer job that turned into a career-making decision, and I just pretty much worked my way up from there, and here I am. I'm the chef de cuisine at Kaliwa. My responsibilities are, making sure our costs are in line, making sure the product is always at the standards of our company, making sure food costs are in line, labor costs are in line, pretty much everything, You pretty much are the owner, but you're not. You're running the restaurant at someone else's expense. So that's kind of like what my job here. Also, create an environment where, everyone feels creative and they want to push themselves and motivate themselves is pretty much what my role is. So we're doing Filipino, Thai, and Korean here at Kaliwa. Filipino because Chef Armstrong's wife is from the Philippines, and he fell in love with her culture. And then Korea, he fell in love with the flavors of it, and also the Thai cuisine. That's what we cook here at the restaurant. It's Southeast Asian. It's not fusion, they're all distinct, very different from each other. Filipino street barbecue. Grill the pork belly, and it just kind of reminds me of home, walking down the streets of the Philippines, and you kind of smell that char. It just kind of brings back home.
Well, I live in the neighborhood, so I've just been meaning to try all of the new restaurants that have opened up here, so I figured I'd stop by for lunch. I tend to like dishes that are spicy and also have seafood. So far, I started with one of the appetizers that has raw tuna. And then I'll probably get another dish that is also either noodles or rice with seafood.
Me and my fiance eat out a lot, on my days off. For me, it's more research and to be inspired. And then, if you eat something really interesting, you dissect every ingredient on it and then you try to interpret it on your own. I think that's how I get my inspiration from is, through eating and, meeting people and seeing their upbringing or their culture. What I like about cooking, pretty much, nurturing the process of it, prepping, sourcing local ingredients, and being able to feed someone or nurture them through food is what I really like about the industry. And also, it brings people together. Food, that's what food does to everybody.